And moving on with our charts for May, we are now looking at People's Republic of China. So, Liz, if you can grab the People's Republic of China and pop it out till the end of the month, please.
Okay, so let's go May 31st, 2023, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. What would you like to know about China?
Looking back over the past month, how has China done generally?
Overall, quite good.
Quite good.
That's what I'm getting. Overall, I feel like things are running a lot smoother than what they were running before. Yeah, I feel like it feels better to me.
Okay. So they end up on a higher note than today, would you say, or a lower note generally?
I feel like it may be higher. They've also put Taiwan in check. That was huge for them, and the USA.
Right. Well, it's interesting because if you look at the United Nations and if you look at the agreements the Americans have signed, they recognize Taiwan as being part of China. So I don't know why they're stirring up trouble over there, because it is the Americans. I mean, everybody recognizes there is no separate nation as Taiwan, not according to the United Nations. So one of the most important things about Taiwan, though, is because they are the largest area of manufacture of semiconductors.
Oh,
and
okay.
That is very important. So, China really wants to trade, and I think Taiwan does as well. Whereas I think America wants to. I don't know how America thinks it's going to conquer or have or get control of Taiwan, where it's 4,000 miles away from the continental US. But okay, so all right, so you think that? All right, let's have a look at the chart. Let's see what the chart says. And okay, bit of a dip on transit.
Whoa, God, that's not what I got at all. Now, what is interesting to me is, as we've been doing these, it's always government versus the people.
Right.
Now here, when I just did that read, the government's strong. It's got its, power back. It's flexing its muscle. It's putting Taiwan in check. It's making the Americans back away. So there's definitely something to these charts, whereas I think they represent the people as a whole rather than the government. So we're looking and we're seeing opposites, right? So whenever the government is strong, the people are weak. And whenever the people are strong, the government becomes weak. So we're looking, I think, at the sentiment of the people within the country, not the government.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, we got that.
Interesting because in so many, in so many situations, nations, it's the government that just, becomes stronger and then doesn't actually do the will of the people. So, and the bigger the government, the less they pay any attention to the people.
And, yeah, really. But what is so interesting is we're really starting to see and understand how this is working. So the government are not for the people. We got that in the USA. Now we're getting it across the board. It just doesn't feel good as far as the people. But when I probed China just now, the government are like, yes, we're business as usual. We're going forward. People are shutting up. They're compliant. They're not questioning our authority. This, that, and the other. People are in check. We're relevant. We're retaining our power. And look at what it's doing to the Chinese people. So, and the Taiwanese as well, our friends in Taiwan. We have Taiwanese Patreon subscribers, and they're very worried about what is going on in Taiwan and China, right? They know they can't win. They just want to be able to do business as usual without having the bully pester and give them a kick around the playground every now and again. But this now we're getting used to doing these charts. We're starting to see the opposition. So it's the government versus the people. It's no longer the government for the people. Anybody who believes that we're working government for the people, I mean, just in doing this, it's not right. It's not right. It's them versus us.
Yep.
When did it all change? When did it all change? Especially here in the US, we formed a government for the people, right? When did that change? When did it become the government for themselves and the people are just the little minions that have to shut up and if they want to have a nice life? And again, somebody said the pain is in the process. That's where the punishment is. Somebody on our Discord. And it's true, because just by putting you through the court system, you're getting put through the ringer. If you step out of line, that's how they punish you. You lose everything. Doesn't matter if you're guilty or not guilty, but you just, they try to make you lose everything in the process. When did this all turn? That's an interesting probe.
Yeah. Well, don't
We
forget,
could go on and on and on.
America was set up as a republic. It was never set up as a democracy. It was set up as a republic to get away from the rule of the King of England.
Right.
I mean, all the American founding fathers now technically would be they would be classed as terrorists for what they did.
Yeah.
Because they went against the state, which happened to be the British Crown at the time.
Right. It's just, these people are not serving us. They're just
no
mirrors. And even if they want to, when they get their foot through the door in Washington, D.C., they realize what they're up against, and it's shut up. You better shut up if you want to get along here. We're not going to tolerate you, causing a big stir. We're just not going to. And then they make everybody's life exceptionally difficult. If you go up there and you start, uprooting the kickbacks and calling people out and calling out the corruption, well, they're going to shut you up really quick. So as we're doing these charts, we're starting to see this. And I don't think it matters what side of the political aisle you're on. They're all corrupt. So, I mean, how do you win? It's people, they don't really want to be there for the people of the country, and certainly not in China. China, they rule with a strong arm. I mean, they're twisting arms behind your backs. And the thing with the big tech where the credit score is affected if you dare say anything against the government. Now that's what we should be probing for the UK and the West and the USA, because the way things are going.
Well, that's happening. I mean, Ireland have just passed some of the most draconian regulations that, they can put you in prison if you put anything on social media they don't agree with. I mean, they've used that as a test bed. That's coming. I'm telling you. You think you're going to get that.
We need to do a lot more probes next week on all of this stuff. And the thing about it is, and I said this before, people are like, oh my God, that world is so horrible. But the people that have grown up in that world, they don't know any different. So it won't seem horrible to them. Therefore, they will not really revolt and push back at the government. They'll just, oh, this is the way life is. This is the way it's always been. Pretty scary stuff. All right, on to the next one.